If you guys like deals, boy, do we have a show for you on Tuesday. It is, of course, $5 Tuesday at WagerTalk.com, but that is not it. Mark Zinno and I have more. Let's not bury the lead, though, Zinno. Yesterday on the show, we brought out the broom. We said it was about time to do that. We did 3-0 with the picks on the show. Yay to us. We're talking Cavs Celtics for our best bet. Very big NBA game on the Tuesday docket. But before we get to that, we've got a couple college basketball leans. Not the most marquee games, I suppose, but power conference action and interesting angles to be discussed. You are taking us out west, the Big 12, Arizona State hosting Kansas State, and you feel that after what Kansas State just did to Iowa State over the weekend, it is a great time to fade Kelly Stewart's Wildcats.
Yes. Thank you for stealing the whole handicap. Anyway.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. It's situational. I mean, look, Arizona State as a team, okay, they're not a great offense, but they take a lot of threes and they make a lot of threes. And that's ultimately what it boils down to for the Wildcats, for the Sun Devils, rather. If they can make their three-pointers, then guess what? They're going to be okay, and they're going to stay in this game, and they're probably going to win the game. And I just don't trust a Kansas State offense that, I don't think is all that good, particularly on the road. I mean, talk about stealing one, what they did last time out against Iowa State, who just played so poorly in that game. Iowa State shot 36% from the field. They were never in. They got out-rebounded, too, by 10. So, Kansas State, give them credit. They played a great game in the second half. They opened it up, and Iowa State couldn't get back in. So, this is a spot here where we're going to fade Kansas State because guess what? This is not a great Kansas State team, guys. Look, if you give them credit for the win, just acknowledge the two previous games to that, they beat Oklahoma and West Virginia, two of the worst. Oklahoma State is the worst team in the Big 12, and West Virginia's offense is pitiful. And Kansas State, by the way, guess who they have on deck after Arizona State? Oh, a little team called Kansas. So prime look-ahead spot here for the Wildcats. Arizona State should catch them napping. It's a short enough number. We'll take Arizona State here on the money line to win this game.
Yeah, and, while you want to give the Wildcats credit for beating Iowa State, look at the current state of Iowa State. What is it? 3 losses in a row now. So maybe that loss says more about Iowa State than it does Kansas State. Smash that like button if you're rolling with Zinno there on the Sun Devils. I will take us now to the SEC. Vanderbilt getting double digits at Florida. Both these teams lost on Saturday. From a game script perspective, kind of went pretty similar, didn't it, Zinno? Both teams played, absolutely atrocious in the second half. Florida and Tennessee, that was a close game at halftime, but Florida got smoked in the second half. Tennessee gets its payback for the earlier loss. Then Vanderbilt, I know you know this game well, they were actually leading at the half at Oklahoma, and then, boy, did they get their doors blown off in the second half. Oklahoma could not miss. They won. Vanderbilt, they lost by, 30 in that game, even though they were winning at halftime? That is incredible. Now, I get that Vanderbilt has not been good on the road. That was part of your handicap on Saturday. I know they're 1-3 straight up away from home since the new year. Has the metrics away from home metric. They're, close to number 300 in the country. That's not good. And they don't shoot particularly well away from home. I'm not making a compelling case for the underdog here. I understand. Plus, I think they're at a major rebounding disadvantage against the Gators here. However, let's look at that Florida loss against Tennessee. Shall we, Zinno? Tennessee was shorthanded in that game, mightily shorthanded. No Ziegler in that game. They were down 2 starters, and yet Florida, they lose by 20. So I think that's pretty telling. And Walter Clayton Jr. injured his ankle against the Vols. So he's listed as questionable as of this show right now, according to local media there. We shall see what the deal with Clayton is. My guess is he's not going to push it too hard. Why? Because this Saturday, Florida is playing number 1 Auburn. This is what we call a sandwich spot between Tennessee and Auburn. Florida's going to win this game. I just don't think they cover double digits against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's going to be out to prove a point. They were embarrassed in the second half in Norman. And the one thing I really do like about this Commodores team, Zinno, Turnovers. They force a lot of them, and they don't give it away very much. They are 18th nationally at taking care of the basketball, 13th in the country at forcing turnovers. 5 different guys average at least 0.9 steals per game. So I'm taking the points with Vandy, man, in this SEC matchup on Tuesday.
Yeah, look, I looked at the game, and I looked at the spot and everything else, and I wanted to find a way to play Florida. That's just too big of a number. It's just way too big of a number, particularly, again, because Vanderbilt, has a run here coming up that's really going to define their season. After this, they have Texas at home, but then they get Auburn, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ole Miss, A&M, Missouri, all ranked teams. So, they have
Got
to
show
like
a pulse tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they have to feel like they're going to have a chance to win anything, they got to figure out a way to how to steal one from Florida.
Mark Zinno concurs with me that this number a little too big. You know what number is not too big though, Zinno? The number 5, and for just $5 on Tuesday, you can get best bets from all of your favorite WagerTalk.com handicappers, including Bart Zinno and myself. I'll let Mark tell you about his play in just a moment. I'll let you know that I have a 4% best bet currently posted for only $5 on my page, wt.buzz/BP. So far in 2025, Mark, I know you've had tremendous success with the $5 plays as well. I am 4-0 in 2025 on with $5 Tuesday selections. It all started with that glorious Rose Bowl play, Ohio State against Oregon. I still have a Super Bowl play. Last week's $5 play was on the Super Bowl, so that's obviously still outstanding. But we have 2 weeks ago, it was a 5% play for me. Texas minus 2.5 against Missouri. Longhorns covered, only cost you $5. This is a 4% best bet. Feel very good about it. It'll be my only client play. Head on over to my page. And speaking of $5 or 5% plays, pardon me, Mark, you got one tonight, and it's just $5, 5% max bet.
Look, we've been very good on the Tuesday plays, all the way dating back to college football season. We're now going on 17-5 on Tuesdays. Write that up on your page there, kids.
Use that for self-promotion. Oh, I'm 17-5 on my last 22 Tuesdays.
Yeah, anyway. So we've been very good on Tuesdays. We've cashed multiple 5% bets throughout the college football season. We cashed a 5% bet earlier this year in college hoops on a Tuesday, so we're back for it again. Really, really like the spot tonight. And it's a late game, so you'll have all day to go and get it. wt.buzz/MZ.
$5 plays from both Mark Zinno and myself. Pick them both up. How about that? Do yourself a favor. For just $10, you can get 2 big winners from 2 guys that have been dominating on Tuesday. We also have another deal that we're going to tell you about in just a little bit, but let's give the people a chance to breathe in the promotional department. Let's get to our best bet, Mark, because there is a big game in the NBA tonight. Cavs and Celtics. This is, I guess, the rubber match, you could say, the third meeting of the year. Each team has held serve at home tonight. Game is in Cleveland. Cavs a short home favorite over the Celtics, -2. We think the Cavs are going to win. Tell the people why.
Well, I mean, mostly because they're home. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this here when I look at this matchup. They've played twice already. One game in Boston. Boston won. One game in Cleveland. Cleveland won. Excuse me. The other part of this here, too, is that you have the Celtics team now in their 3rd straight road game. Struggled to beat New Orleans only by 2. Had to come back from 25 points down against Philadelphia on Sunday night to beat them. That's not going to happen here. You can't struggle against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, again, this is one of these matchups here where I talk about these young teams in the NBA always wanting to prove something. You know what happens if Boston wins this game? They feel good about it. You know what happens if Boston loses this game? They just simply don't care. They're not chasing the Cavaliers for a regular season series win. They're going to try to win another title, and that's all that matters to them. So there's just a different mindset with these things. The home crowd, as BP will tell you, should be very, very raucous in the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. I don't think it should be called a field house. It's not a field house. It's an arena. Field house is just for colleges. They should change the name. It
used to be called an arena. It used to be the Gund Arena. It used to be Quicken Loans Arena. Now it's Rocket Morton. Yes, Gordon Gund was the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Where LeBron played in the Quicken Loans Arena, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They changed it from Gund to Quicken Loans right around the time LeBron got there because Dan Gilbert bought the team from Gordon Gund.
Oh, okay. And they didn't want to call it Gilbert Arena. Anyway, we digress.
Oh.
Nonetheless, like the Cavs here in this spot tonight, so let's back them here at home. Just take them on the money line. Don't sweat the 1.5. Not even worth it.
Look, you mentioned that. I'll throw a few nuggets in here, so to speak. You mentioned that comeback the Celtics had against the 76ers on Sunday. It tied the largest deficit an NBA team has overcome to win a game this season. Meanwhile, in their last game, the Cavs, they did not need to worry about coming back because they made a franchise record 26 3-pointers against Dallas. They put up 144. They scored 91 in the first half. 91 in a half. They scored. When this team gets the three going, they are, dare I say, unbeatable. They have made at least 10 threes in 54 consecutive games. They're probably, look, in modern basketball, Zinno, I don't need to tell you this. Whoever's hitting their threes, that's the key. If you could tell us ahead of time, we'd all be millionaires. But these are the top two teams in three-point shooting in the league. But yeah, we like the Cavs. It's at home. And I concur with your statement that they care more about the regular season. Cleveland, it is a much bigger deal for them to be the number one seed than it is for Boston. So that is our show best bet, the Cleveland Cavaliers on the money line. Comment down below with your thoughts on that or the two college plays we gave you earlier. Let us know what you're betting on Tuesday. We always enjoy seeing that. And also, feel free to tell us how great we are. We always really enjoy reading those comments. All right. Speaking of how great we are, Zinno, tease this. We have another deal besides $5 Tuesday going. Not only can you get a 5% play from Zinno for $5, a 4% play for me for $5, Super Bowl Sunday is just days away, Mark. I believe 5 days, in fact, now. And you and I have teamed up for an incredible deal. You can get all of our Super Bowl plays, all of Mark's, all of mine.
I mean, this is awesome.
This is great. Why don't you talk about that?
I mean, look, okay, so we did this, I think it was last week, we decided to get together, right, for a dual 5% package from the Morning Wager.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, the Morning Wager has gotten back to being the only show on this network that is of the people, by the people, for the people. That is what the Morning Wager is. We are here for you, and we are giving back to you. So all of BP's Super Bowl plays, all of my plays, guess what, guys? In that same package, you're going to get a 5% from BP. You're going to get a 5% from me. We're already locked and loaded. This is the only Super Bowl package at WagerTalk you need to buy. That's it. The only one.
My God.
Only one. Do not waste your time, energy, effort, or anything else on anything else other than the Morning Wager Super Bowl package. That's it. It's the best show on WagerTalk. We're the best people at WagerTalk as humans, and we're the most liked, most popular.
I have 2 plays locked and loaded. You mentioned 5. We each have a 5% play on the Super Bowl. Mine is locked and loaded
4.
as of last night. I
got 6 already.
4. So 6 Super Bowl. I may be adding a third play. I have a 5% play. I have a 4% prop as well. Stop it. I don't want to. Don't you force me to do anything.
I will threaten physical violence if Bryan Power doesn't give you a 7 play.
So I want to upset you. With some specific promotion towards myself. Yes. Okay. I am a perfect 3-0. I'm a perfect 3-0 in the Super Bowl the last 2 years. Went 2-0 last year, including a player prop that you had as well. That player prop cashed on the second play from scrimmage. It was Kyle Juszczyk over half
a reception.
That
is my genius right there. I'm taking all the credit for that. Sorry.
Well, you want to hear about genius? This is the trend I couldn't wait to share with you. The last 4 times the Chiefs have been in the Super Bowl, I'm a perfect 6-0 with my Super Bowl selections in those games.
There you go. For that. Last year, here you go. This is for you because I'll do what BP did. Last year, 7-1 in NFL playoff Super Bowl props.
Plus 15.6 units.
Nobody knows what that means, which is why you don't say it. But it was there written down, and I read it like Ron Burgundy. Okay, so I've got 3 props and a 5% best bet. So I told you, look, it's the only thing you need to buy. That's it. Don't even think twice about it.
6
Just
plays. It is available.
Scroll past everybody else. Morning Wager Super Bowl Special. Bam. That's the one I want.
It is available on both of our pages. It is available on the deal. If you click the deals tab on WagerTalk, it's 6 plays currently for $69. At least 6 plays, we should say. I could make it 7 if I decide to add a third play. Again, if I show up with a black eye and there's a third play, that means Zinno made me do it. All right, that is it for the morning wager here on Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you did. Make sure you're subscribed to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. That way you don't miss any of this outstanding sports betting content. This program, the Power 5, I do that show every day, Zinno. I know you don't like that I do the Power 5, but it is there for the people to check out. And
this is the only show that people care about, and the only show that people want. Okay. And Power 5 can stick it where the sun don't shine.
Okay, that's a little mean, but I'll talk to the powers that be about that. All right, guys, until next time. Yeah, there we go. Yes, that was a pun, and it was not intended. All right, until next time, guys, let's cash some tickets. Let's sweep the board again, just like yesterday.
Feeling good is fast. Marks, cash is tickets. Always got my back.